This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Is your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are finishing the season strong. They've won 3 in a row. They just beat the Celtics, and we know what's going on with the Celtics tonight. But they beat them anyway. That's all I care about. 118-109. The Knicks have 2 games left to the season. If they win these last 2 games, ladies and gentlemen, they'll have 50 wins on the season. And man, will that be beautiful for the Knicks to have 50 wins on the season. Tony, just your thoughts. I mean, I think we expected, we seen all those guys playing and people were like, oh, here go the Celtics. They trying to da-da-da-da. Basically, the game was on TNT. Those guys had to play, right? Because the NBA wants their money and they want their money too. So those guys had to play. But, the Celtics, they weren't going to do anything. They weren't going to play that hard. Probably knew that coming in. They weren't going to give away any secrets, because I think they understand this is a team that they could possibly face in second round or Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? So they weren't going to give away any secrets. The Knicks weren't going to give away any secrets either. I think the Knicks knew, hey, you know what? They're going to come in, not really playing that hard. We're going to play hard and do what we have to do. You know what I mean? Kevin said, this is the team y'all are afraid of. Come on, Kevin. Don't be fooled by tonight's performance. Come on, Kevin. You've been around too long. Don't be fooled by tonight's performance. They just was, you already know.
How many threes they shot?
Who, the Celtics?
Yeah.
Let's see. The Celtics tonight took 42 threes. 16 for 42.
It seemed like that's all they was willing to do.
Yeah. Kevin said, I don't want to hear the Celtics team weren't trying to win. They had Brown and Tatum and on Brunson at points in the game. Yeah, I mean, I get that. You're going to do those. You're going to do some things because now you can say, well, let me get a look at this. Let me get a look at that. It doesn't mean that you're doing it hard or you're doing it with great intention. It's like, let me get a look at it because we might be able to use this further down the line. Sort of like you do things in practice. I can guarantee you they approach this game like they approached practice. Let's not get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stay in shape. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? I'm satisfied. I love the win. I'm satisfied with the win, but I'm just not going crazy. Like, oh my God, we just beat the Celtics. Look what we did to them, and boom, boom. I'm not feeling that way about this game. What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they mailed it in, but I don't think they were trying. Put it like this: had the game been close, had we not been playing well, I think they would have went for the win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think the Knicks' strategy is, hey, let's smack them early, and make them rest their guys. You know what I mean? Let's make them throw in the towel, and I think they were successful in that.
Yeah. Kevin said, Sim, if you coast into the playoffs, it's not a good sign. The Celtics aren't built to turn the switch on and off. Now, I do agree. If you coast in, that could become a bad habit for you going into the playoffs. You know what I mean? It could be. It could be. But if the Knicks were in that situation, people would be going crazy if we didn't sit some of our guys and we were out there playing a crazy, grinded out type of game. People would be bugging, right?
But they would. But knowing who our coach is, we would have played 33 minutes, 35 minutes. You know what I mean? Like those guys would
he
have
might
played.
have. He might have.
And he was not like he was going for, you know what I mean, maximum effort regardless. So
Yeah.
so the fans would have went crazy, but they would have because the Tips would have been playing them like
He probably
it
would have.
was already a playoff game.
He probably would have. I mean, or you know what I'm saying? He would have. I don't know. We never seen him in that situation. I think this season, let's say,
Learning, yeah.
like this season though, the way it is right now, these last 2 games, they're trying. I think they're trying to win 50, and they're trying to do everything that they can. I think in their mindset, it's like, who cares what Milwaukee does? Let's just win these last 2 games. I think there's good goals that the Knicks probably have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, let's go ahead and get this 50 wins, you know, this season and knock out Brooklyn, knock out, who did we play last? Orlando? Chicago. Knock out Brooklyn, knock out Chicago, and get these 50 wins. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Set a standard for us moving forward.
Exactly. Set a standard moving forward. You know, go into the postseason with some confidence, feeling like you've accomplished something, which they would have accomplished a lot by getting 50 wins this season. You know what I mean? No doubt about that. Once a Nick, always a Nick said, 2 or 3 screams Eastern Conference Finals for us. Still got some work to do to get there, but you know, Knicks got a chance to get there. That's the beautiful thing. Spree, what's popping, my brother? How you feeling?
Sim, Tony, I feel good, man. How are you guys doing?
I feel good. I feel, you know, hearing Spree's voice right now is so very different than what I've heard from him a couple of weeks ago. Oh my goodness.
I'm calm now. I mean, like you win a game like that, you know, regardless of what happens, that was a good feeling. That was a good feeling. You know, you saw a team, you saw desperation. It doesn't matter that we're fighting for stuff here, guys. We got to go in the right way. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I do like when you got to fight for stuff and you battle because it puts you in that killer mode. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what Kevin is saying, man. Like coasting down the end of the season, meaning to or not, you know, can you switch it? Can you switch it on? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely get that. You know, the Knicks got to play with a killer mindset right now, and I think that's good for the playoffs, man. I think it's good for the playoffs.
I mean, look, we got to win every game. We got to have that mindset. We're not Boston. I get it that Boston can afford to have lapses. I understand, but I want to just say 2 things. I like the way the ball is moving. As great of a scorer as Jaylen Brunson is, and I want the ball obviously in Jaylen Brunson's hands. I like when he gets off the ball when they're trapping and blitzing. Isaiah Hartenstein and Josh Hartson, if you look at their assists, I don't know, the last 10 games for both those guys, Hartenstein and Hart. I mean, they can get me 5 to 6 assists every game. Each.
Yeah.
They're getting me I'm getting high assist games from this team, even with a ball dominant point guard, you want to say, but like Hart and Hartenstein is giving me 5 to 6 assists a night.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, is that sustainable?
I think so. When you look at the way that they play, when you look at the way the Knicks play, yeah.
So Josh Hart, he had 10 assists, 10 assists, 8 assists, 6 assists, 7 assists, 8 assists, 1 assist, 9 assists, 7 assists, 5 assists. He's consistently getting me 6+. I mean, he's doing a good job. I understand assists, like it's predicated on guys making shots, but we have great enough shooters now. It tells me, Sim, that the ball is moving.
Right. I mean, the ball is moving. The ball is definitely moving. The ball is definitely moving. But we've also seen the ball move where the Knicks couldn't score. You know what I mean? So, you know, we still got to have those guys that can create and get you buckets when you need them, which we have in Jaylen Brunson, and hopefully Bogdanovich can be, that guy for us too.
Do you agree with me, though, that Josh Hart and Isaiah Hartenstein are quick decision makers with passing?
Yeah. Yep.
They get off it quick.
Yep. They do.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. I mean, because the defense is gonna pick up, and as great as Jaylen Brunson is, and I think Jaylen Brunson can figure out anything. I know they're going to get physical. I know how the referees are in the playoffs, and I know they're going to blitz him. We just have to make shots and just continue to make the right play. But let me ask you this one thing. I'm not hating on Carmelo. I respect Carmelo. Carmelo was a great scorer. He's a Hall of Fame player. In your opinion, Tim? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not disrespecting Carmelo. I don't want to disrespect him, but I want to just say this. Would you agree with me Jaylen Brunson is on that level scoring the basketball like Carmelo? Would you say that's fair? Or is that we can't say that?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Okay.
I just want to see it for some years.
Okay.
I mean, let's put it like this: he can't
They
score.
just do it so easily.
But he can't score as easy as Melo did. Like Melo scored effortlessly. You know what I'm saying? But Brunson is way more efficient than Melo.
Yeah.
Like Nick had just said in the chat, Brunson is way more efficient. But is he like, just the ease of scoring? Like I could just pop and pull up that quick. I don't know if he's that.
I must say,
if he scores that easy, but time will tell if he becomes a better scorer than Melo.
I'll say pound for pound, I agree.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because Melo, because of his size, that was an advantage for it looking so effortlessly, right?
Yeah.
But pound for pound, I will agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, like Melo did it for mad years. This is Brunson's second
year. I know.
Year,
No,
so.
I didn't want to say it, but just watching that sim tonight, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is like, I need to ask a question here. Like, obviously, he's got to do it for a long time. I get it. Jaylen Brunson's scoring the heck out of the basketball, but I want to see it for longer. They're different. I do think Jaylen Brunson is more efficient, though. You think that's fair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's way more efficient.
Okay.
He's more efficient and a better shot taker.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes Melo took some bad shots. I've seen Brunson take some bad shots.
Usually takes the right shots.
Yeah. We've seen Brunson take some bad shots, but Melo, he took more bad shots than Brunson, I think.
Okay. And that's fair. I'll leave that one at that. And then this one last question for you. Do you think Mitchell Robinson – so I think I saw a tweet that Hartenstein finally got over 30 minutes tonight for the first time in a while. What do you think Mitchell Robinson's minutes will look like in the playoffs, Tony and Sim? What do you expect? Some similar to what we've been seeing?
I think what's he been getting, like 20 minutes a game? I think we're probably going to see that, unless Hartenstein is in foul trouble or something like that. As games go on and we go deeper into the playoffs, he's going to get in more shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he'll have a bigger impact on the game, which is going to, say, okay, we got to leave him out there. You know?
The further we get in the playoffs, I think it'll get closer to even split.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because I still think watching him, I forget, maybe it was the Milwaukee game. I thought that was the first time I really liked what I saw. He's not there yet. He's still not there. Like, you can see it. Like, he's not fully Mitchell Robinson, the guy we all know what he can do.
You know? He was out for a while. He was out for a long time. You know? Long time.
So I agree with what they're doing. They're easing him back in. I think they're doing the right thing. But I agree with you, Tony and Tim. I could see it being more of a split because I still think Mitchell Robinson. If we're gonna go, let me make this comment. I think all the three of us can agree. If we're gonna go where we need to go, we're gonna need both Hartenstein and Mitch to be at the level we know they can be at. Both of them. At their peak, Yeah,
no doubt. I agree. But listen, the Knicks are deep right now. They're playing good basketball. They're playing together, playing with a lot of spirit. See, let's see if we can make this push to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Is this the
not gonna
best
be
you?
easy.
Okay, let me ask this. Even without Randall, as a fan, Sim, I just want to make sure you and I and Tony are on the same page with this. Is this the most not comfortable? That's a bad word because I don't want to get overconfident. Is this the best feeling you have of a Knicks team going into the playoffs than last year and the Hawks year since maybe 2012? Is this
2012.
the most?
Since the Knicks were the 2 seed back in 2012, this is the most confident I felt about this team. And I was confident about that team and then ended up really, really disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? But this is the most confident that I felt about a Knicks team.
In
going to the
11
playoffs.
years.
In
11 years. This is the most. Okay, I agree with that. I'm feeling confident, guys. Like, I actually, like, I'm not, obviously we can be beat. It's a series. Anything can happen. We could lose in the, I get that. We could lose in the first round. It's possible. I'm just saying, like, I don't have fear in my eyes, Sim. If we do the right things, we can beat anybody. We could also lose to anybody. But I trust this team. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I trust them.
Yeah, I trust them too because they're going to come out and play hard every night. They start with that. They start with playing hard every time they touch the floor, playing defense every time they touch the floor, hustling, playing aggressive every time they touch the floor. It starts there. That'll keep you competitive in any game.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy these last 2 games. Let's get both of them done. I need you guys to get some rest. Everybody watching, we need to get as much rest as we can because the real show starts. We'll ramp up and get ready.
Yeah,
so thanks very much.
Appreciate it, Spree.
All
right, peace. Yeah. 2 more games. I mean, what do you think? You think the Knicks are getting that 50?
I do. We've been talking about it all year. I feel like we spoke it into existence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like they're getting it, and I feel like, they got an eye on it. You know what I mean? Feel like they got an eye on it. My man
give themselves no window though.
Yeah, I know, right? My man Nick from Jersey, what's popping, bro? How you feeling?
What's going on, Sam? What's going on, Tony? How you doing tonight?
Feeling good, man. Feeling real good.
Peace, fam.
What's going
Great
on?
win. As soon as they got it up to 10, I'm like, game's over.
Yeah.
We don't give up 10-point leads. Once we get to 10, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, and it got up to almost a 30-point lead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost a 30-point lead.
I don't know if you saw Missoula after the game. I don't know if you guys covered that, but he was kind of speaking out of both sides of his mouth, saying, "Yeah, we didn't really try much, but I wasn't happy with the effort. But we didn't really try much." But it was like, give me a break, man.
Yeah.
You played the starters. He went against his rotation and kept his starters in the entire third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
He threw everything they had at Brunson. They blitzed him. They full court pressed him. They put all the guys on him except the center. They were doubling him, and Brunson got whatever he wanted as usual, or he split the defense with that little floater to Hartenstein or the 4-on-3 to Hart. It was just fantastic. And, I think a lot of, all this concern about that they're going to throw something new at Brunson in the playoffs. Brunson's seen everything that teams could possibly come at over the course of the season.
He's definitely seen everything. I don't know what teams can try to throw at him that he hasn't seen. A triple team? I don't know.
I was gonna say put 5 on him.
The mascot could try something. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. And I was looking at the playoffs last year. Randall averaged 15 shots a game. RJ Barrett averaged 15 shots a game. Grimes, Quickly, and Obi averaged about 6 shots a game each. It comes out to about 50 shots a game that those guys were averaging in the playoffs last year. This year, those shots are going to be divided up between Brunson, DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Deuce, and Bogdanovich. And my money is on us shooting much better in the playoffs this year, combined with a better defensive set. And I'm very confident. I feel like the Knicks handle their business like. They handle their business.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to approach the playoffs.
Yeah. That's without a doubt. That's great words. Great words. Business like. They handle their business. Even when Randall was here, they were, Randall was starting to do the blinders thing, we got blinders on, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what this team is like. Like, okay, you know what?
Vision.
Tunnel vision, exactly. Tunnel vision. That's what he was saying. Tunnel vision, and that's exactly what this team is like. We have a goal. We are focused on something, and that's what we're going to do.
Exactly. And there's clips of Thibodeau when he was coaching with the Bulls from 14 years ago, telling his team. I'm sure he's saying the same thing to this team. I want you focused on it quarter by quarter by quarter, and that's it. That's all I want you thinking about. Every quarter, win the quarter, and that's how they approach every game, man. That's how they approach every. The season will take care of itself. If you could play together over the course of 6 or 7 months, you could play together over the course of 6 weeks in the playoffs.
Right.
And I think that all the adversity that they've gone through this season, the 2 trades, the injuries, just everything, this is the best version of themselves, right now. I'm not saying they're better without Randall. I'm not saying that. But they are this rotation, these 8 guys right now with Precious as the 9th man coming in spot minutes potentially. I think that I'm very confident no matter who they play.
Yeah. Okay. Feeling good. It's great to feel good about the Knicks this way going into the playoffs. And do the Knicks get to 50 wins?
Oh yeah. I think so. And I'm not going to lose my head if they don't, but I do think they win. These next 2 games, close it out, and I could see the Bucks losing the next 2 because they're Giannis is out, and I think they're going to rest Damian Lillard as well. So and they're playing Orlando, so I think we might get that 2 seed. And I know people don't want that 2 seed because they don't want to play Philly or whatever, but I think Philly might get that 6 seed. So I think we're going to end up playing Indiana anyway, probably. So
it's definitely possible. Right now, Philly is 1 game behind Indiana. Philly has 2 games left. Indiana has 2 games left. The Knicks right now are 1 game behind Milwaukee. Both teams have 2 games left. The Knicks are 1 game above Cleveland. Right? So do the Knicks own the tiebreaker versus Cleveland? We do, right? So if we win the next game, if we win the next game, we lock up the 3rd seed. We lock up the 3rd seed with a win versus Brooklyn. Now, let me
3rd seed with 1 win and 2 wins potentially will get us the 2nd seed.
So what do the Knicks do if Milwaukee wins versus OKC and we win and we lock up the 3rd seed? If Milwaukee wins, they lock up the 2nd seed. What do the Knicks do versus Chicago?
Well, I think we play. I mean, I think we still got to protect our. Will we still have to protect the 3rd seed? Or are you saying if we locked up the 3rd seed and we can't get the 2nd seed?
If we win versus Brooklyn tomorrow, we lock up the 3rd seed.
Oh wait,
right?
Orlando can't catch us.
Not if we win tomorrow. Orlando has 34 losses right now.
Okay.
So if we win, we'll be 49-32 with 1 game left. There's no way that they can catch us. And Cleveland, if we own the tiebreaker, and we both end up 49-33, then that's it. So we would lock up that 3rd seed.
Well, I think we still go for it because we're going for that 50 wins. So
yeah. We're going for 50 wins, and we're gonna stay with our momentum. I mean, last year Tibbs rested Brunson for I think the last 2 or 3 games, but that was because we were 4 games back of Cleveland, and we were 2 games up of Brooklyn, and you know what I mean. And we had just lost Randall too, so it was kind of like, hey, let's not lose Brunson as well. But I feel like now the way everything is, we're definitely going to play the next 2 games as if they're playoff games, just to keep that momentum going. And we'll get enough rest with the week in between the last game in the playoffs and the 3 games in between each playoff game, the 3 days.
Right.
You might see us step on the gas like we did tonight, and guys don't even got to play heavy minutes.
That'd be beautiful.
Right.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best you can get right there, right? You smack a team and guys don't even got to play heavy minutes. That's the best you can get.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And Chicago might be playing for something as well. So, but I mean, we can handle Chicago at home, and I think we'll get 50. And And even if we have to be strategic about it, maybe, take Brunson out early and play the other rotation guys, we'll still get that win.
Yeah. Yeah. And Chicago at that point, who knows what happens? I mean, if Atlanta loses another game, then
they already set to play Atlanta first round, and playing. They clinch home court in the play-in against Atlanta.
They clinched home court already. Okay. Yeah, because I know they're 38-42. Atlanta is 36-44. They could still end up with an even record, but if they own the tiebreaker, then yeah, they clinch.
Yeah, very well. So then they won't be playing for anything, and their coach has got one foot out the door anyway. I don't know if they fill that position in Kentucky yet, but I mean they're thinking about the summer. Even though they got a play-in game coming up, I feel like mentally they might be checked out. They got Lonzo Ball's out, Zach LaVine's out. They got a whole bunch of guys out. So I think we're gonna end up with 50 wins, and I've been saying it every time I call in. I've been saying, if we end up with 50 wins, just symbolically, what an achievement for this team going through everything that we went through this season. And it's just another stepping stone, because I think we know that this is more than a 55 win team fully healthy. And it just sets the right vibe for the playoffs and the right vibe for next season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How do you think? Looking at it now, I mean, first of all, for you, Nick, given everything that the Knicks had to deal with this season, how big is the 50 wins for you if the Knicks get 50?
I think it's just, it would be an accomplishment for the team. I mean, I like the way 50 wins looks over 49 wins when I'm looking at the record.
Right.
I like that. I mean, the last time the Knicks got 50 wins was 2012, 2013. They had 54 wins, and then the last time before that was 99, 2000. They went 50 and 32, and they were the third seed, I believe. So if we end up 50 and 32 and tied with Milwaukee, and they're the second seed and we're the third seed, that's still an accomplishment. And again, it's a certain category of team, because 97% of all NBA champions have been in the top 3 seed. 75 out of 77 champions have been a top 3 seed, and the only 2 that weren't a top 3 seed were defending champions.
Right.
So it's like it's not that there can't be an upset in the playoffs. It's not like the Dallas Mavericks as the 5 seed don't have a good chance to go far in the playoffs or anything like that. It's just it's a reflection on the team. If you have the endurance to play good enough over the course, from October to April, you're going to play good enough in the playoffs. And I think you look at the Knicks, both the quantitative stuff, the statistical stuff, the fact that they're top 5 net rating across the board, number 1 rebounding team, low turnovers. They got 5 guys in the rotation that are shooting either above 40% from 3 or close to it. They got all of the statistical stuff, but then the most important stuff is the intangibles and the qualitative stuff, and the fact that they're just dogs, and everything they went through. And it's like, all right, let's get it on. Like, I don't see, I respect Boston. They're the best team in the league, but don't let the Knicks steal game 1 in the Eastern Conference. If we get to the Eastern Conference Finals and we're facing Boston, don't let us take game 1, because I think you're going to have a lot of pressure on that Boston team. And I don't think Tatum handles pressure well. I don't think Missoula handles pressure well. When I watch this guy's post-game press conferences, he looks like he's about to murder everybody. Like he does not handle anything well. Like I think there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Boston. It's just outside looking in is my take on it. And, Milwaukee's got their problems. I think we could shock a lot of people.
Let me ask you this. The Knicks make the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's say they do, right? I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Let's say they make the Eastern Conference Finals and they get eliminated by the Celtics or whoever, right? What are your expectations for next season?
Expectations for next season is to, win 55 games, be a top 3 seed again, and get to the finals. And, it depends on if they I think they're going to make a big trade in the offseason. I think they're going to, if they get eliminated by Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think you're going to see that trade that we've all been anticipating. And I think it's going to be, it's going to be all the picks and, non-rotation guys, for a guy who's coming in, who's going to, either Donovan Mitchell or somebody like that. And it's like now I'm thinking 60 wins first seed, competing with Boston, and the great teams of the Eastern Conference. We already are there without Randall. We're going to get Randall back. The idea is to turn that. I mean, Randall was doing great with this group. He was the January Knicks. Randall, higher usage. I think you're going to see the best version of Randall with this group. So we're going to get Randall back, and I think we're going to add another piece in the offseason. So I have, championship. I think our championship window is opening right now.
Okay.
As we enter this playoffs this season.
And then let's say we upset Boston and make it to the NBA Finals. Let's say, all right, just assume we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, upset Boston, make it to the NBA Finals without Randall. What do you do next season? Would this front office can say, you know what, maybe we can move Randall for something else, or do they say, you know what, we're that much better by adding, bringing Randall back to this group? And
I think it's going to be the latter, man. I think they're going to bring Randall back. I think it's just good business. Randall's a good teammate. He's hurt. It depends on obviously what's available. And if Giannis is get me out of here, I want to go to New York, and the Knicks could package 4 first-round picks and Julius Randle for Giannis, then you do it. But that's not going to happen. So you know what I mean. I think they're just going to bring Randall back, and they'll package the picks for another guy to try and get over that hump. But look, any team with Jaylen Brunson on it can push any team in the NBA to at least 6 games in the series. That's my and I feel like that's true even if he doesn't have a good roster around him.
yeah.
I think Jaylen Brunson gets you 2 wins against anybody in the NBA. So, like, if we face the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals, that's going at least 6, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be very confident going into that series. I think the Joker's a great player, but we've been playing the Denver Nuggets pretty well the last 2 seasons.
Yep, we have, no doubt. Hey, Nick, I appreciate your time, man. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say one last thing.
Yeah.
I've been talking to a lot of friends of mine, Knicks fans, and there's a consensus among us that when the Knicks do win the championship, it's going to be before everyone kind of says, okay, now they're championship. It's going to surprise. It's going to be before, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's the way it usually goes. It's always like a season or 2 before everyone kind of like anoints them that level.
Right.
And I think like this is that kind of the playoffs where it's like, we don't even have Randall. The expectations are lower. I think we have an opportunity to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, we do. No doubt about it. Nick, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
All right, peace.
Great call.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Big shout out to my man, Jack City. Thank you for the super chat. He said,
Hey.
Big super chat. I appreciate that. He said, for 50 wins, I'm calling it. For 50 wins, $50 super chat for 50 wins, Jack City. I appreciate it. Without a doubt, I appreciate it. Jaylen Brunson tonight, 39 points. That close to having 3 40-point games in a row. That close. You know what I mean? 39 points for Jaylen Brunson, 4 assists, 65% from the field.
Melo's record.
Right. 54% from the three-point line. DiVincenzo had 17 points. Josh Hart, 16 points, 16 rebounds. Bogdanovich had 14 points tonight, 3 rebounds. Isaiah Hartenstein, 11 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. All right, contributions all across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in double digits tonight for the Knicks. All right, 2 players in double-digit rebounds tonight. Josh Hart with 5 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein with 6 assists. DiVincenzo with 4 assists. Brunson had 4 assists. Deuce had 4 assists. Contributions all the way across the board, ladies and gentlemen. You had 7 different guys get a steal. All right, for 7 steals tonight for the Knicks. And they just played, playing good basketball. Good basketball. OG tonight had 12 points and 5 rebounds for OG tonight. We talked on Tony's show last night about OG. I mean, listen, he only played 25 minutes tonight, so he didn't need to get, the Knicks ended up blowing the Celtics out, so he didn't need to get major shot attempts. But he's 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. 10 shot attempts tonight. Still want to see OG up towards 15, 16 a night. And if he would have played more than 25 minutes, he probably would have gotten that. Probably would have gotten it. For the Boston Celtics tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they were led in scoring by, they had, I guess you can call it balanced scoring if that's what you want to say. Jason Tatum had 18 points, 7 assists. Jaylen Brown, 15 points. Peyton Pritchard had 16 points. Sam Hauser had 15 points. Porzingis had 14 points, 8 rebounds. But a lot of bench guys got a chance to play. Would have been a blowout down the stretch. Xavier Tillman, Jaden Springer, Svi McCullough, Luke Cornett. A few former Knicks on that team. Looking at the game stats, Knicks dominated the glass 52-36. That's a big margin too. 24 assists for the Knicks, 25 for the Celtics. Both teams with 7 steals, 4 blocks for the Knicks, 12 turnovers for both teams. The Knicks shot 49.5% from the field, the Celtics 46.5%. The Knicks 38.9% from the three-point line, the Celtics 38.1%. The Knicks only shot 60% from the free throw line, but it's a good thing they didn't need it. Right? They dominated the paint 56-40. Second chance points, the Knicks 22, the Celtics 12. Fast break points. Yeah.
I was going to say, at one point, we had like 20 more shot attempts than them.
Yep. So, when you look at, when you look at shot attempts, the Knicks tonight, well, I got to scroll down to get the exact number. The Knicks all season long have been one of the top teams in shot attempts all season long. Tonight, 99 shot attempts for the Knicks. And I think the Celtics, so the Knicks made 49. They were 49 of 99, right? And the Boston Celtics tonight, 86 shot attempts. They were 40 for 86, right? So the Knicks got 9 more. They made 9 more shots than the Celtics did. They took 13 more shots than the Celtics did. And they shot, a similar percentage from the field. So obviously, right, you're going to win that basketball game if you do that. Yeah. Beautiful times for the New York Knicks right now, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful times. Beautiful times. I don't know. We can't let the Nets play spoilers on tomorrow night. We come in and take care of business tomorrow night. We lock up some things. That's exactly what we want to do. Lock up some things tomorrow night. Right?
Give McCall something to think about the rest of the summer.
For real. Give them something to think about. But yeah, we take care of business tomorrow. We lock up the 3rd seed. And then we look at the weekend's game, Saturday's or Sunday's game, and maybe we got a chance to lock up 2nd seed, man. That'd be crazy. Just looking at the season, people were afraid this team could fall into the play-in and all of that stuff. And here we are.
I just wanted to answer one of the questions you asked the caller about 50 wins and what it would mean, like to me. To me, I think what it does for me, what I think it does for the team, I think it opens up that conversation. You know what I mean? For Tibbs, Coach of the Year, for Brunson, MVP. You know what I mean? I think it kind of solidifies them into that top 5, top 3 consideration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if it comes with the 2nd seed in the East. I think you got to start like we've been saying. You got to start looking at the context of what the Knicks went through this season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And speculate what they could be at full strength. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or what we could have been at full strength. You know what I mean? You look at that stretch in January. You look at the 500 stretch afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you look at OG's return, and it's like, I mean, you might even, I don't know what his numbers was and what he did in Toronto, but you might even have to consider him as defensive player of the year. You know what I mean? If all these things happen like that, 50 wins, second seed. Now he may have missed too many games to be in that conversation, but again, it gives you insight into how good we are and can be.
Yeah, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you that we have Knicks Playoff Lounge tickets available. Listen, we still don't know the seeding yet. It's getting closer, so that we understand the seeding. It's getting closer. By this weekend, we will understand and know. And then we got to really, really strike fast if we want to have a lounge. They are expensive, $525 for the lounge, but the Knicks playoff tickets right now are expensive, right? I mean, you're talking $480 for a 200 level seat right now. So if you want to get a lounge, you want to join us, join NBK with a lounge, it'll be $525. We have our own lounge. You get food in the lounge. We'll do a pregame podcast, postgame podcast, and plus we'll have some kind of event. Most likely have an alumni player come to the lounge. So if you're interested, there's a link tagged to the top of your chat. It's also in the description of the video, and you can get all your details there. Where if we don't get a lounge, then you will get reimbursed your money. All right, and we'll do it, in enough time so that you can, get playoff tickets. And we don't know if it's game 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? Depending on seeding and if the Knicks are home court. Most likely, it looks like the Knicks are going to have home court advantage, so it would be game 1 or 2, right? Or so that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And we know things are up in the air right now because of the situation. Seeding is up in the air, but if you reserve it, you're in. And then, we'll figure out the dates and times as we go. So the link is in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. And yes, we are going to be doing a Losers Lounge, right? See some people asking about a Losers Lounge. We will be doing a Losers Lounge. So make sure you join us for that in about 15 minutes or so. So we're going to head off of here so we can get set up for the Losers Lounge. And I will have some graphics and all of that come out for the playoff lounges and everything. I know it's expensive, though. I mean, it's expensive. For regular seats, it's $480. It's a lot of money. No doubt about it. But ladies and gentlemen, Tony, any last words before we get out of here?
Shout out to the chat. As always, see y'all in the Losers Lounge.
No doubt.
The blackest time.
No doubt. Make sure you check out those links, ladies and gentlemen, for those lounge tickets. Again, tag to the top of your YouTube chat. They're in the description of the video. You can learn everything you need to know. And yeah, we're up out of here, folks. Be peaceful. Catch you at the Losers Lounge. 1.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.